Welcome back to Matchday 12. We are now heading into the next game with many teams having very interesting games coming up ahead. But I never look at the ones on the side just because I think it kind of ruins the surprise when you see them like right now. PSV got a very disappointing defeat to what I got last time, so it will be important for them to get a victory here now against Jan Regensburg. So if they want to keep that top four spot nice and secure, and they should probably try and go out and like outscore their side too to ensure that possibility. So we're gonna go into the next match. Can they get the victory here? And they can't. It's a tie. Another disappointment. A very bad disappointment game for them. Shoten gets his first goal though, so I guess that's good for them. Shoten for PSV gets his first goal. First goal right there. I saw that whatever his name is, Hotman. Yep, he gets his third goal. There we go. Gets his third goal to bring up the scores to be level. Pretty sure Alexander Plea scores. Then like they think they're gonna win it now. When it turns out it's all a sham. With Plea scoring his seventh goal, puts him ahead of his fellow companion, his Romanian companion, Denis Man, putting him in the top A right there. And then this guy, Felder. I think he scored a goal actually, so I don't have to worry about typing his thing. Felder. There he is. Scores his second goal. Putting him right there. Boom, dropping you down. There we go. Felder. Which also reminds me, I wanted to look at this. I wanted to make this text a little bit more. There we go. Just so you can fit properly in there. Alright, wrong one. So, bad result for PSV. Bad result. If any team gets a better result than them right now, they can probably pass them in the table. Ooh, Braga versus Girona. No one's suspended from Braga, right? And Pavictor isn't in the squad yet. So there's no way he can get subbed on. That hurts my soul, man. That hurts my soul. Alright. Braga versus Girona. Huge match for both sides. They both need a win right now. Braga to get top 8, to stay in the top 8, and Girona to try and get that first place back from Real Madrid. Can they do it? They can! And oh, they're even a red card for Niakate. Gabriel Martinez scores to equalize, but Vanat with a brace does very well. So look for Vanat real quick. Vanat is now at 7 goals, the Ukrainian striker. Pushing out all these guys and putting him currently in the top 9 goal scorers of the competition. Fuck. Huge goal for him. And Martinez for Braga. I'm pretty sure he has 1 goal. I'm pretty sure though. Martinez. Martinez. I can't find him. I see Altaun's, but where's the Braga one? Unless he's next to all these other guys I put together for Braga earlier. Yep, he's right there. Cool. Cool. He's one of the names that got erased, so I had to put him back on the thing. So Martinez, he does get a goal to try and like bring back the score back down, but alas, it wasn't enough. What is Salazar? Just hasn't scored again for this side. But huge win for Girona. Huge win. They needed that bad. Barnsley versus Wisla Plock. 2 teams that are in the relegation zone. 2 teams that are very looking forward to getting a win to get out of the relegation zone too. And Barnsley being the team. McGoldrick being the guy to score the goal. Really good for them. That's against a high division Polish side. Which I must remind, they are first in the Polish league this year, right now. Granted, the margin's not that great because every team in the Polish league is practically touching elbows from like first to all the way last. But overall, good for McGoldrick. Huge win for Barnsley. I don't even know if that's probably their first win of the tournament. Let's see if their player came back. And nope, Breithout is still not back. So now we have Fortuna Dusseldorf hosting Real Madrid. Real Madrid need a victory here, or even a tie, just to get back to first place. But they'd obviously rather have a victory. As long as Vinicius doesn't score, I'm happy. Wow, a tie. A crazy tie, too. Okay, and Brahim got a brace? Hello? I mean, Tao scores a late goal just to get them the tie. That's crazy. So Eaton and Brahim with braces. So let's go for Brahim first. Diaz. Brahim Diaz. There he is. Brahim Diaz is now at 6 goals with that brace of his. They needed him on point, and he has been proven to be on point so far. Brahim Diaz. Ethan is now on 7 goals, which puts him right ahead of the recently introduced Diaz in the top 6. But also puts Ethan in the top 10 goal scorers too, which is kind of wild. Because he kind of disappeared for a little bit. And then I saw Rasmussen. He's now on 4 goals. And he might have thought that, hey, we got the winner, guys. But then 85th minute comes around, there's a corner kick. Militao comes in, boom, header. It's a goal. So there you go. Rasmussen. And Militao. Forgot Militao. And where's Militao? Shouldn't be that far off. There he is. Militao. Gets his second goal of the tournament. Putting him right there. Right there, perfect. Defenders have been very good goal scorers in these simulations, which I love. I love to see that. Really well for Militao to get a victory goal there to give his team a tie, which still puts them in first place, so they're not that worried about it. Guingamp versus Al Tawun, 2 teams that are going to fight for that top 4 spot right now. PSV dropping points. This is their chance to try and take it for their hands. Can they do it? Can they win this game? Barrow with a brace gives them the victory. Hemia scores a goal to probably tie with Lamar's goal scoring. But Barrow is the big focus here because he keeps scoring. He's not stopping. Putting him in at 6 goals. For Barrow for Al Tawun. He is from Gambian. I knew it. I had like a thing that I thought maybe he was I don't know why I was thinking he was Namibian for some reason, but no, he's definitely from Gambia. So my knowledge is still on point. Barrow scores to get 6 goals now, while Hemia now has at 9. Even though they lost, it's gonna be a field goal for him on a personal level. Al Tawun probably passed PSV now for that top 4 spot. Al Kholoud versus Hull City. Hull City are still trying to hold on to that number 8 spot. They have a bit of a distance now, so they want to keep that distance by getting a victory here, which they absolutely do. Holy shit, what a victory. Enrique scores again. He starts off the game by winning with his goal. Where is he at? Enrique, there you are. You used to get your 4th goal of the competition. Push you up here, along with these guys. And I saw that a new score for Hull City got a brace. Millar, Bellumi, and Gelhardt. Yeah, so Millar scores, yep, so let's go all the way up here. As Millar gets his 7th goal. Putting him right now right behind the top 10 goal scorers. Millar, and that new guy, we gotta just move all these guys down because this guy, he's not scored before. And now he has, what was his name, Bellumi? Yeah, Bellumi. Bellumi for Hull City. Scores a brace, as Gelhardt also gets a goal. Getting him at 8 goals now. Huge achievement because now he's like, imagine like you're young Gelhardt and you're like, oh, I'm tied with the same goals as Vinicius fucking Jr. and Cherny and Hemia. Well, I mean, these guys are kind of irrelevant altogether. But the fact that even like people like you have more goals than Mbappe. Think about that shit for a second. But huge win for Hull City again, pushing away from Haken. I don't think they've played yet, so they're gonna hope that they lose their match. Banfield, who are the worst team so far, against Besiktas. I'm hoping Besiktas can get a victory here to get back their top 4 spot. I hope, like I could hope, and they can. What a win! What a victory! So it's 3-1, like right here, and they probably got a little too cocky, and then 88th minute, Mendes scores a goal. Czerny, oh my god, bro, Czerny's a fucking legend. Czerny's an absolute legend now, because now he has more goals than fucking Vinicius too. What a loser! And then the top goal scorers right now are Lamar, Hemia, and Czerny. Tammy Abraham scored again, so he's right here. He's going now to top 4, the goal scorers, to 4 goals. Oh, Tammy Abraham. Kokchu gets a goal as well, making it 2 goals for the Turkish man. And he comes down here. And Osmendi and Mendes both score goals as well. I don't know where Mendes is at though. He's somewhere around here. There he is. Mendes scores his 4th goal of the competition. He's a good goal scorer too, I suppose. I mean, I haven't seen any other players for Banfield score other than Mendes and Osmendi. That's probably their biggest problem at the moment. They need more goal scorers. They can't just be relying on these guys, because if they don't score, then the whole team fucking sucks. Now Osmendi's all the way up here, ahead of these guys. He's probably thinking like, come on guys, I need some fucking help. Yep, so Osmendi, he tied it, then Abraham and Kokchu scored, and then Mendes tried doing something, but it wasn't enough. But Besiktas do get a win here. Again, but it's only by 1 goal, so it's not really helping their goal difference too much. Mantova versus Falkirk. What will we see here? Will we see a victory for Falkirk here, maybe? Yes, we will. I had a feeling, bro. Mantova have been like just slowly falling off. Spencer and Miller, 2 Falkirk players. I think they're both new. So we have Spencer for Falkirk, who scores his 1st goal, and we have Miller, who's also scoring his 1st goal. Falkirk. There you go. Huge win for Falkirk, the Scottish side. That's actually a really good win for them. Terrible for Mantova, but it is what it is. Haken versus St. Truidense. Haken are trying to get that top 8, and they have to win now considering that the team that's ahead of them, Hull City, just won. So they're trying to get top 8. They need to fix that. Sisako got a red card. Not ideal for them. Merlin now comes into the fucking picture with, what was it? This person? I can't remember who it was, but someone came in. I think no, it's Matsuzawa. That's what it was. Let us see. Let us see. Will this help out? Can St. Truidense get another victory? Will Haken actually be able to fight back for their position? They can. Svanbak gets, and Wembangomo. Wembangomo opens up the scoring. Wembangomo, he gets a goal here. Much needed one. He pushes all these other guys down. Good from the right back, and Svanbak just finishes off to make the game quite comfortable for the Swedish side. So now Svanbak passes Haj Musa for the top for the 6th place position, as he's now behind both Gelhardt and Vinicius on 8 goals. Huge win for the Swedish side. St. Truidense will be feel a little saddened to not get nothing out of that, but it is what it is. With now Crew Alexandra versus Feyenoord. Again, Feyenoord need to win here. They've been not winning games, which isn't good for them. But here they are. They're back on top of it. With Stein getting a goal, and so is Valente. So Stein and Valente. I think they both only have 1 goal, if I'm not mistaken. Stein. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Look at that. Stein, here, look. He gets his second goal. He's had a few goals disallowed, so maybe this is like finally like a way to break the curse. Cause goddamn, he opens the goal scoring. Stein and Valente. Where the fuck Valente went? Valente. There he is. He gets a goal as well. Second goal of the campaign. Puts him here, right behind Stein. They both get their second goals as teammates. And it's just their team needed it because they needed to win bad because they had gone a few games tying, which for them isn't great. Demetriou. And that reminds me of Lady Dimitrescu. Demetriou for Crew Alexandria. Gets his first goal of the campaign. Trying to do something in the 86th minute, but just isn't. They don't have enough time afterwards. So Feyenoord do get a very, very needed win. All right, that's the end for matchday 12. Let's see how it's looking. Real Madrid and Girona are now tied again, but Real Madrid still have a 4-goal lead when it comes to them on the points. Besiktas and Altaun complete the top 4 with PSV falling off after they had gotten a very disappointing draw. With Hull City, Guingamp, and Braga making up the rest of the top 8, with now Braga the ones in danger of being kicked out of behind, just barely ahead of Haken. Haken, Feyenoord, Jan Regensburg, Düsseldorf, Sint-Truidense, Crew Alexandria, Alcolud, and Mantova make up the middle of the table, with Wisla Plock, Barnsley after they got their victory. I guess they did have another victory because they have 2. Barnsley, Falkirk, and Bamfield are on the bottom. But here's the thing, there's like really no difference between Sint-Truidense with 10 points compared to Falkirk with 8. You know, the only team that's really down bad right now is Bamfield with 5 points, because even if they win, they're still only equal on points with Falkirk. It doesn't help them at all. So, very disappointing from the Argentinian side, but everyone else is doing pretty fucking good. This whole bottom section is like a war down here. Everything before Dusseldorf. Jan Regensburg and upwards, now that's a fight for like, to get in, well, Dusseldorf and Regensburg is kind of far away a little bit still, but Feyenoord, Haken, Braga, they're like all fighting for that top 8 spot. So that'll conclude match day 12, and I'll see you for match day 13.